Duck. "Perhaps you've enough magic to give us a couple of stools?" suggested Cap'n Bill. "A duck isn't supposed to know what stools are," was the reply. "But you're different from all the other ducks." "That is true." The strange creature seemed to reflect for a moment, looking at them sharply from its round black eyes. Then it said, "Sometimes, when the sun is hot, I grow a toadstool to shelter me from its rays. Perhaps you could sit on toadstools." "Well, if they were strong enough, they'd do," answered Cap'n Bill. "Then before I do, I'll give you a couple," said the Lonesome Duck, and began waddling about in a small circle. It went around the circle to the right 3 times, and then it went around to the left 3 times. Then it hopped backward 3 times and forward 3 times. "What are you doing?" asked Trot. "Don't interrupt. This is an incantation," replied the Lonesome Duck. But now it began making a succession of soft noises that sounded like quacks and seemed to mean nothing at all. And it kept up these sounds so long that Trot finally exclaimed: "Can't you hurry up and finish that cantation? If it takes all summer to make a couple of toadstools, you're not much of a magician." "I told you not to interrupt," said the Lonesome Duck, sternly. "If you get too disagreeable, you'll drive me away before I finish this incantation." Trot kept quiet after the rebuke, and the duck resumed the quacky muttering. Cap'n Bill chuckled a little to himself and remarked to Trot in a whisper: "For a bird that ain't got anything to do, this Lonesome Duck is makin' considerable fuss. And I ain't sure, after all, his toadstools would be worth sittin' on." Even as he spoke, the sailor man felt something touch him from behind, and turning his head he found a big toadstool in just the right place and of just the right size to sit upon. There was one behind Trot, too, and with a cry of pleasure the little girl sank back upon it and found it a very comfortable seat. Solid, yet almost like a cushion. Even Cap'n Bill's weight did not break his toadstool down, and when both were seated they found that the Lonesome Duck had waddled away and was now at the water's edge. "Thank you, ever so much!" cried Trot, and the sailor called out, "Much obliged." But the Lonesome Duck paid no attention. Without even looking in their direction again, the gaudy fowl entered the water and swam gracefully away. End of chapter 15.